All right, welcome to the tutorial on how to play Work by Rihanna featuring Drake. So we're going to start by going over each section of the song, and then we'll dive into little details. So we'll start with the intro, which is also used as an outro. So we hit 3 different harmonics here, and you might want to start by getting used to hitting the harmonics. First harmonic is here at the 5th fret on the 5th string. By the way, we are tuned down 1/2 step on the entire guitar, and then the 6th string is tuned down to D, or technically D flat. So your guitar string should sound like this. Okay, so our 3 harmonic notes are going to be 5th string, 5th fret. Then 2nd string, 12th fret, and 1st string, 12th fret. Those are our 3 harmonics. The other thing, and this is something that's going to help you learn the entire song that you want to get used to, is the bass line. So I'm using basically octaves all the way through. So first we have our open D strings. That's kind of your first chord. Second chord is over here on the 2nd fret, and we make an octave by playing again 6th and 4th strings, but just on a new fret now. Then our next chord is the same thing, but moved up to the 3rd fret. And then the last chord is all the way moved up to the 5th fret. So it might do you some good to just kind of practice going back and forth, maybe with just your thumb or with thumb and finger, to do this. Or because that's going to be going throughout the entire song. I'm sure you guys have noticed that in the real song, there's not a whole ton of changes with the chords. It's that the whole time along. So when we combine the harmonics and the bass line, it's going to sound like this. First we hit the 5th fret harmonic. Then we do our open 6th and 4th strings. Then we're going to move up to here, the B string, 12th fret. And we hit our next chord, 2nd fret. We jump all the way back up here to the 1st string, 12th fret. We go to our 3rd chord at the 3rd fret, and then back to the B string or 2nd string, 12th fret, and we hit our last chord. So when we put that in full swing, it's going to sound like this. So that's the intro. Next, we have the chorus without any slaps. I have to admit, a lot of this song on the recording I did is kind of improv. So I'm going to show you more or less what I did. This is why I'm not going to make tabs for this song, by the way, because it would just be way too intense. But if you follow along, you'll get the general idea. So again, what I'm going to show you is the melody first. Then we'll show you how to sort of combine it with the chords. So what I'm doing is I'm going open 1st string, and then so 0, 1, 1, hammer it up to the 3rd fret, and then that's 1 pluck over here and the rest with the left hand. And that's essentially the whole melody. Sometimes I'll also play it like this. Hammer it up to 3rd fret, then lift off and play this one again, and pull off to open. So you want to get used to going, and also. Okay, so when we put those together, So with our bass line, we're not always following the exact octaves. It's great to have those in mind, but sometimes you'll hit, and sometimes, and then sometimes. So if we follow really slowly, octave in the bass line, another octave, and then here we go. Now I'm hitting two strings together, which is the third string and second string. And then we slide it up. So here's an important thing. When you get to this last chord, which is a G chord technically, or G flat, I guess, you don't want to hit the octave note here on the fourth string. Hit it as an open third string so that you can move back to here. So if we put that together, it looks like this in slow-mo again. Again, your best bet, I think, separate the melody and the bass line, then put it together afterwards. Okay, so for the verse, what I did, this song's interesting because it changes melody every, like, I don't know, a couple bars, and then the melody changes, then it changes again, it changes again. And so I didn't do every single melody, but I picked a couple that were sort of memorable, and I sort of just kind of put those in a string together for verse 1. Then I did the chorus again, but this time with slaps. And then I did another verse, but it was more like the Drake verse. And then I finished it out with the chorus and then the outro. So we're just going to kind of go through each part of the verse right here. So first we have and then after that I'm just kind of following the same notes. So it's going to go one after another, kind of like that. Starts like this, 3rd fret. That's an open 3rd string at the end. And then open E, 1st string, 2nd string, 3rd fret, 2nd string, 1st fret, back up to 3rd fret, and then open 3rd string. And you'll follow that over and over again. And then when we add the bass into the mix, it's going to be sort of following the octaves, and then we'll add some patterns in there too. So it will sound like this. So one thing that's going to make it really difficult if you want to learn the song, there's no pattern I'm using with my fingers over here, and it's not the same thing every time. I'm sort of mixing it up, and because like I said, I was basically improvising it. So what I'd recommend doing is build it little by little until you have a pattern that works. If you can improv it, that's great. If you can't improv it, then do something like this. Just play the bass line, then play the next one. Next one, and the next one. And then, as that gets more and more comfortable, all of a sudden you'll get ideas to just throw a finger in every once in a while and add something new in. So then you'll be kind of like... And then it starts to fit together a little bit more. Because honestly, if you have the bass and the melody, which are the most important parts, everything on the inside, as long as it fits into some kind of rhythm, it's going to work fine. But I recommend if you're a beginner and you're trying to learn this, just do the melody, then add the bass, and probably stick with that just for now. Okay, so the next melody we have is this one. And that's it. I simplified it into just that. So I have my first finger on the B string or second string, first fret, and then I'm playing along with it the open first string. Then I rock my finger back into a little bar, so I'm playing both of these. First fret, then I rock it back up, so I'm playing first fret and then open first string. And then third fret B string, first fret B string, same note, and then open third string. So then, of course, you're going to want to add the bass. So again, if you're a beginner, I would recommend going like this. See this note right here? This is a long stretch, so I hope you can reach it. If you can't, then I would do this. I'm hitting the third string and just making it an octave higher. So that would sound like this. Not ideal, but it's certainly better than having to do a huge stretch if you can't make it. Then, once you get the bass line and the melody together, and it feels really solid, if you want to try it out, then you can start adding a little bit of an arpeggio pattern in between. And again, I'm just sort of adding random fingers in between, so it starts to sound like this. So that's the second little melody. Then the last one we have goes like this. We start out by playing the open first string, and we pull off and hammer back on. Then we go first fret, open, second string, third fret, over to second string, first string. So, and then from there on, it's this pattern. Open first string, B string, third fret, B string, first fret, open third string, slide it up to the fifth fret, or just open first string and then back to B string, third fret. So again, that's or and then when we add the bass notes into that, it's going to sound like this. And then when you want to add things in between from there, it'll sound like this. So to lead you into the chorus, we have our third finger on this low G note, which is the fifth fret of the low sixth string. And then we also have our first finger on B string, third fret. And what I'm doing here, this is some arpeggio that you can all do for sure. Sixth string, then index finger, third string, then thumb again on the fourth string, then middle finger on the second string, and then we slap. So that's, again, that's one more time. That leads you into the chorus. Chorus is going to be the exact same thing that you did before, but now we're adding a slap into it. I'm going to have to go into another lesson because this is pretty difficult, but I'm doing a slap with an added flick. and the flick is going to be hitting a string. Super difficult, but if you work at it a lot, you can get it. The idea is that you slap with your thumb, and then you flick out with your finger at the same time and hit a string. So it'll end up sounding like this. And now when we play the melody, instead of just going, we're adding this third or G string in between. So it's like, just to beef it up, give it more of a chord type sound. So then it sounds like this. And then when we add the slap into the mix, it gives it the percussion. So that's essentially the whole chorus. And you can play that as many times as you want. I think I do it about 4 times each time. And again, I'm just slapping down here and flicking out one string. The hardest one to do is to slap and only flick the first string. But if you practice it enough, you can get it. Okay, then we have the Drake part, which is in the lower notes. This is a lot of notes, and I think the best way to learn it would be to just watch this a bunch of times and just watch as I do it in slow motion. So, and this is really just melody line and me playing only the bass notes. There's no arpeggio stuff in between hardly at all. I am still doing the slapping though. So we have let me separate them out for you. Again, that's we combine that with the bass note and the slapping with a flick. Ah. One more time. The next melody line we have is a little bit closer up here. We add the bass into that. If you can't do the slap and it's not making sense, just do it without the slap. Still sounds nice. With the slap. Okay, then the next line looks like this. Again, that's with the bass. And with the bass and the slap. And the last part of this line is Again, that's with the bass. With the bass and the slapping. And we're back into the chorus. And after the chorus, we go back into the intro as an outro. This time with a slap, if you want to include it. So that's really the whole song. The way you want to combine it: intro, chorus without slaps, verse, chorus with slaps, Drake verse with slaps, chorus with slaps, and intro as an outro. Then you've got the whole song. Hopefully that's helpful. Let me know in the comments what you think about the tutorial, and if you'd like me to do something better.